this point in my career, being on the West Coast has a lot of value for me. I mean, being able to be near family and going to a ball club that's, dedicated to winning for, not just, this year, but for a lot of years. So I'm very excited for the opportunity. And
tonight, three-time All-Star and ace Dan Herron makes his Angels debut against arch-rival Boston. Red Sox and Angels is next. It is an absolutely gorgeous day for baseball. Always nice to come back home, and you're always going to get a great crowd when the Boston Red Sox visit Anaheim. This is the first of a three-game series against the American League East Boston Red Sox. Hi, everyone. From inside the Big A, I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Gubicza. Glad you could join us for Angels Baseball. As you just heard at the top of the show, Dan Herron is happy to be back in Southern California. Certainly happy to be back home, no question about it. Bishop Amat High School, went to Pepperdine University, and we learned this morning that he was going to make his first start this evening against Boston.
Boy, it's a great opportunity. When you get to throw against a team like the Boston Red Sox, of course you set up the chance to pitch against the Rangers later in the weekend. He's got that incredible competitive nature, unbelievable split-finger fastball, a mid-90s fastball too, and of course he has a curveball, cuts the fastball, and will also sink it, throws a lot of strikes, and has great swing and miss type of stuff. So this is a perfect scenario for him. He's in with those strikeouts last season, hits pitches over 200 innings each and every season, and a multiple game winner for him. The perfect guy to have it set up against a team they have not beaten this season in the Boston Red Sox.
Well, as you just saw right there, he's wearing number 24, so I know a lot of Angel fans were concerned as to whether or not he'd be wearing that famous number 15. That is not going to be the case. I mentioned that the Boston Red Sox are in town. This is a chance for the Angels to kind of bounce back against Boston. They struggled against them at Fenway Park, dropping all 4 games up there.
Well, these two teams met in the playoffs last season. Both these teams expected to get to the postseason again this year, but it's been difficult. Key injuries to both clubs, and the reality is both of them have to start playing much better baseball. That's why I think this is going to be a fantastic series and a great game tonight.
Halo's 7 games back in the American League West. The Texas Rangers are idle, so a chance to pick up a half game. We're just ready for baseball here at the Big A. We've got lineups and first pitch right after this. Hyundai Sonata. Visit your Southern California Hyundai dealers today. And by Shakey's Pizza. What did pitcher Doc Ellis wear in his hair on the field? Go to Shakey's.com/trivia. Plenty of fans in attendance here at the Big A. Always great crowds when the Boston Red Sox are in town. The Angels have taken the field sporting their home white uniforms, and it's a pretty sight without question to see, especially getting back here to the Big A after a tough road trip. And a chance to bounce back here. See the lineup for Terry Francona, the Boston Red Sox. They're in third place in the American League East. 8 games back at the start of the day. Marco Scudero leading things off at short. J.D. Drew in right field. Kevin Youkilis at first. David Ortiz, the DH. Adrian Beltre is having a monster year at third base for the Sox. Victor Martinez back off the disabled list right in the starting lineup with no rehab assignment. Jed Lowry getting the start at second base with Mike Cameron in center and Jeremy Hermida getting the start in left field. That's starting 9 for Terry Francona facing, I guess, the newest prized possession, Dan Herron.
Well, the big thing with Dan Herron, great swing and miss type stuff, with the ability to be able to attack the strike zone. There's a ton of strikes. The reality is you want to take a deep breath. You're pitching in front of the home crowd, your first start. And obviously a lot of friends and family down here in the Orange County area for Dan Herron. So just take a nice deep breath and go out and attack the strike zone.
Herron overall a 7-8 record, a 4.60 ERA. Facing Marco Scudero on his first pitch is popped up behind the plate. This one will be in play for Jeff Mathis. 1 pitch, 1 out. See, that's what an ace does. He just comes in here, throws 1 pitch. He makes it look easy. As we take a look at the defense behind Herron tonight, you've got Rivera in left field, Hunter in center, Bobby Abreu is in right. On the infield, Alberto Callasco at third, Eric Ibar at short, Meister Stewart getting the start at second, Mike Napoli at first base, and Jeff Mathis doing the catching. So no Howie Kendrick in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, you got Mike Napoli back at first base. He's done a very good job defensively. We know about the power he has in that swing, but he's been solid as far as picking the low throws, and of course a lot of range at first base for the Angels.
J.D. Drew takes a strike on the outside corner. He comes in hitting .269 with 12 home runs, 47 runs batted in. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Herron did face the Boston Red Sox. That was back on June the 17th. With 5 2/3, gave up 4 earned runs on 7 hits. Took the loss. Drew takes a breaking pitch for a strike. Hits 1 and 2.
I've always liked Dan Herron's ability, even watching him through the years with Oakland and with the Diamondbacks, as far as gathering himself on the pitching rubber with good balance, good downward action on the pitch.
1-2, got him. There's that split finger pitch. And there's the second out of the inning.
A great split finger. Started looked like a fastball. He's a swing by J.D. Drew out in front, loses the top hand. Big strikeout early on. Very good stuff.
Herron not wasting any time, facing Kevin Youkilis, delivers a fastball missing down and in. Youkilis, typical Youkilis, 307, 18 home runs, 61 RBIs, as consistent can be. He takes a little cut fastball on the inside corner, evens the count.
And Herron's got that ability to throw a 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, and a cut fastball. So it's 3 different pitches from the same type of speed and arm slot.
That is ripped into left field, a base hit. So 2-out knock. And it keeps getting alive here for David Ortiz. Ortiz comes in hitting .253, 19 home runs, 61 RBIs, and much like last year, got off to a very slow start. The speculation and all the word around Major League Baseball, not necessarily in Boston, perhaps a little bit in Boston, was perhaps this time it's the end of his career, but he's figured it out once again. Home run totals up, RBI totals up.
That's why, unless he has a season which he continually has a bad swing from April all the way through to October, you got to assume that he'll figure it out. His track record says he will. And he has again this year.
Takes a strike on the outside corner. Was here a couple of weeks ago for the All-Star game, his 6th appearance. third as a DH. Actually pinch hit in that game. 1 for 2. One pitch. Pulls this one foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one into the Red Sox dugout. So Heron ahead of the count again.
Still susceptible to that good hard fastball in the inner half above the belt. Not a bad time to throw that 4-seam fastball inside for Heron, or go back out in the outside corner with that split. Go with the split finger fastball here on the outside corner.
Got him. Down goes Ortiz. 2 punch outs in the inning. 1/2 inning in the books. No score with the Angels coming up. Punch outs and a base hit allowed in the top of the first inning. No scores. We start at the bottom of the first. And the Angels come into this one 52-49. Mentioned at the open, 7 games back of the Texas Rangers. Running out Eric Ibar, leading things off at shortstop. Meissner stewards at second. Bobby Abreu in right. Torrey Hunter at center. Hideki Matsui, 3 home runs over the last 5 games. As the DH, Alberto Callasco back out at third with Mike Napoli at first. Juan Rivera at left field, and Jeff Mathis doing the catching, facing a very talented right-hander by the name of Clay Buchholz.
10-game winner, ERA below 3. Fastball, 91 to 95 range. Curveball, slider, changeup. Likes his curveball, likes his changeup. Stays away from his fastball at times, even though he can rush it up there in the mid-90s.
Facing Ibar, taking his time, digging into the left-handed batter's box. Buchholz picked up one of the victories in a 4-game sweep at Fenway Park as Ibar fouls off the first pitch. That was back on May the 3rd. The final in that game, that was a 17-8 ball game. Buchholz going 5 2/3, giving up 4 earned runs on 8 hits. He's coming off a loss at the hands of the Oakland Athletics on the 21st. Ibar fouls this one back. And it's no balls and 2 strikes.
You see that good fastball. That was at 95 miles an hour. And he seems to, at times, lack the confidence to use that fastball, even though it's a firm fastball like that. Falls back in a lot of slow curveballs, which is a good 12-6 variety, and a changeup.
Ibar had a pretty good series against the Rangers, 5 for 16, an RBI. Overall on the road trip, hit 346. So he taps this one foul. Count remains with no balls and 2 strikes. He was held hitless last night, 0 for 4. That was the 6-4 win for Texas in the finale of that 4-game series, with the Rangers taking 3 of 4, dropping the Halos 7 back. The only victory for the Angels coming in Saturday's game. 0-2 again. This one inside. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rangers will be here for a 3-game series beginning on Friday night. They're off today, as are the Oakland A's, who are all of a sudden playing red-hot baseball. Those two teams will match up in a 3-game series beginning tomorrow night in Arlington. Ibar takes that pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's why this becomes an important ball game right away. Not only the fact you're playing the Red Sox, an opportunity to get that first game under your belt, but also pick up a half a game for the confidence level for Mike Scioscia and the club.
Two from Buchholz, and that's fouled back. Well, you go back to that road trip between Detroit and Boston when it all started to unravel that first week of May. We talked about it on a daily basis back then, that it was the inconsistency. When you got starting pitching, the bullpen or the offense faltered, and when the other was clicking, the starting pitching faltered. Well, now the starting pitching is starting to click a little bit. Take away yesterday's spot start because of the injury to Kazmir and Sean O'Sullivan being traded. Ibar is battling here against Buchholz. Really done a nice job as far as getting the ball club an opportunity to win games. Now it's up to the offense to show some sort of consistency. Somehow getting guys on, getting them over, and getting them in.
Exactly. Go back to the brand of baseball we're accustomed to seeing with the Angels, being aggressive. You're going to have to force the issue, create opportunities to score. Yes, they can hit the long ball, but also you got to find ways to be able to bunch a couple hits together, get some walks, some good at-bats like we're seeing right now at Eric Ibar. That's a great start in pitching. Prior to that start yesterday, 10 straight starts in which 6 or more innings pitched. That's an opportunity to win. That's what you want if you're a manager of a team. Starting pitching that gives you a chance to go deep in the game and an opportunity to win.
Two. That's pulled up the first base line. 9 pitches in this at-bat to start the bottom of the first inning. Ibar hits a little one-hopper over to second base. Lowry feeds Youkilis. There's out number 1.
He's an out, but a good at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches. Not only to wear down a pitcher, but also you can see the out pitch if you're on the on-deck circle or in the dugout for the Angels. So quality at-bat. Didn't get the base hit for Eric Ibar, but saw a lot of pitches.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the first for Meister Sturis. Takes a strike. The Angels did make a move today. They brought up Michael Kahn, reliever. Trevor Bell was optioned back down. So fresh arm of the bullpen as this one's bounced to the right side as well. Lowry from the grass retires Meister Sturis. There are 2 outs. Take a look at the Red Sox defensively. Hermida in left, Cameron in center, Drews in right. At the infield, Beltre and Scudero on the left side, Lowry and Youkilis on the right side, and Victor Martinez doing the catching.
And although Adrian Beltre has made a few errors, that would be pretty much in the beginning part of the season. He comes in on the baseball as well as anybody I've seen. Him and Scott Rowan as far as cutting off that bunt and bunt attempts. 2-time Gold Glover in 07 and 08. Very good arm. Good range at third base.
And that was one of the reasons why they went out and acquired Marco Scudero as well, to try to shore up the defense as Bobby Abreu takes down low. Scudero's committed 12 errors on the year, a lot of them coming early. Richard Beltre is the team leader with 15 RBIs, 15 errors. Abreu takes a strike. Bobby hitting .252 with 10 home runs, 53 runs batted in. And he rips this one out to deep right field. Drew is back, and this one is gone. Bobby Abreu goes big fly that puts the Angels up 1-0 here in the first.
Well, it looked like there's some type of off-speed pitch. It was hanging over the middle of the plate, sped up Bobby Abreu's bat. He crushed it. Took care of that mistake by Clay Buchholz up in the strike zone.
Good to see the Halos get that early lead. We didn't see that a whole lot on the road trip. Howard's Expo breaking ball out over the plate. Cross centered it up very well. Bobby did. Hits it out. And when you make a mistake like that, if you're a pitcher, you expect that type of result. Every once in a while you get lucky enough and pops it up. But that wasn't the case there.
Bobby hitting his 11th home run of the year. And picking up his 54th RBI. First at home since June 22nd. Torrey swings through that pitch, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Torrey hit a monster home run in last night's game in Texas, his 16th of the year. Team leader in RBIs was 64. 0-2 from Buchholz. Down and away. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Buchholz doesn't give up a whole lot of home runs, just the 6th that he has allowed this year. Having kept opponents to a .236 batting average against. 1-2 chopped foul. The count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. The Angels have played well here in Anaheim, but see Jed Lowry having to deal with the sunshine at second. 27 and 21 as this one sits to the right side at Lowry. Took part in 3 ground ball outs, but sandwich in between. Bobby Abreu getting his 11th home run of the year, and after 1 complete, Angels up 1-0. Sox fans out there, but the Angels across the chest. It is 1-0 Halos as we start the top of the second. Hey, tonight's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces, serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. We welcome you and also thank you. Adrian Beltre drills one out to straightaway center field. Torrey off his glove. Torrey doesn't see the baseball. He thought it was gone. Beltre is on his way to third. He'll be stopped there. And now to see how Torrey Hunter is doing. He banged that wall pretty good.
Well, we talked about him on this last road trip, covering so much ground in left center and right center. Going straight back on that baseball that was hit so hard by Adrian Beltre to center field. Torrey looked like it got off the heel of his glove. It leaped up against the wall. Thought it might have went off his glove and over the fence. Well, it might not even hit his glove, might have hit his wrist. And he'll say it all the time. The hardest ball to be able to catch is the one straight over your head, and that's what the case was for Torrey as he got back. Unable to make that play.
Well, it's a triple for Adrian Beltre, his second of the year, so a man at third. And the Angels will bring their infield halfway. It's Victor Martinez.
Certainly a situation where if you're a pitcher, you're going to go inside on Victor Martinez as much as possible.
And he rips this one into right center field. A base hit. This game is tied right up. Martinez with 39th RBI of the year.
Beltre scores after that triple. He had some great numbers coming into that at bat. And Stan Herron now 18 for 42.
Martinez coming right off the disabled list, that fractured thumb, delivering for the Red Sox. Back-to-back hits for Boston here to start the second as Jed Lowry takes down low. Lowry hitting 182. And an RBI. The Red Sox have just been crushed with injuries this year. And this one's out toward left center field, and that's going to get down for extra bases. Martinez heading to third, Lowry into second. That's his first double of the year.
Well, apparently they're going to try to jump on that fastball. And Herron on top of the fastball. Not a bad spot as far as location on the outside part of the plate, but it's elevated enough that Lowry was able to square it up and hit it in the left center field.
Angels still looking for that first out here in the second. A triple, a single, and a double to start the frame for the Red Sox. Here's Mike Camber, the center fielder. He swings that first pitch breaking ball, and it's no balls and a strike. Martinez doesn't run all that well. He's at third base. Lowry pretty decent speed at second. And outfield pretty much straight away against Cameron. That's on the corner, 0-2.
Cameron's a guy you can strike out, particularly with off-speed pitches, whether it's a slider or a split-finger fastball.
Spent some time on the disabled list earlier this year with a lower abdominal strain. And they got him with that breaking pitch. There's out number one. Third strikeout for Dan Herron already. And they'll bring up Jeremy Hermida.
Got on top of that split finger straight down. 85-mile-an-hour pitch. Hitter reads fastball out in front. Big strikeout for Dan Herron.
Big strikeout for a guy who's been swinging the bat well of late. Mike Cameron has. Well, here's Hermida. .219 average, 5 home runs, 27 RBIs. But it just seemed in that series up at Fenway Park, every time Hermida came up, he was getting a base hit and a big one.
And again, you saw him right there looking for fastball. That's for the first two pitches. Beltre and Victor Martinez got fastballs, and Herron has made the adjustment, the all-speed pitch first pitch.
No balls, 2 strikes. Hermida has spent time on the disabled list as well this year with fractured ribs. Dustin Pedroia on the DL, Jed Lowry, Jacoby Ellsbury. Hermida pulls this one over to first. Martinez is coming home. Napoli throws home, and Martinez is going to be out. Reaching on the fielder's choice is Hermida. Mike almost had an opportunity to touch the base at first and throw home and get the double play to end the inning.
Was hit right at the base. Then he saw Victor Martinez and knew he had an opportunity to get him at home. You got to get that play at the plate there anyhow. Yes, he would have loved to have got a double play. Looking back on it for Napoli, but he made a good throw into home and get the play at the plate.
So 2 outs, runners at the corners. There's Marco Scudero. Saw 1 pitch in the first inning, leading off the game, and fouled out. Long look in for Harrod, who threw 12 pitches in that first inning. Thrown 11 so far here in the second. Very quickly the hits have come. First one coming off the glove of Torrey Hunter. A triple by Adrian Beltre. He scored on the single by Victor Martinez to tie this game up. 0-1. Scudero bounces this one to short. Ibar's got it, flips over to Sturz, and Armita's forced out. But the Red Sox tie things up on 3 hits into the bottom of the second, knotted at 1. We start the bottom of the second inning. Matsui, Kayaspo, Napoli here face Clay Buchholz, the right-hander.
Well, what a job by Dan Herron to get through that inning and limit the damages to 1 run allowed. Good pitches to get through it. With a key strikeout, Mike Cameron on that split finger fastball.
First pitch is up and away on Matsui. He's hitting .252 with 13 home runs and 53 RBIs. That one up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Through the 6 games on that road trip, Matsui hit .286, 3 home runs, 6 runs batted in. That one is on the corner, 2-1. Showing signs of kind of getting back to life and being as consistent as he was earlier.
He's such a big part of the offense when he gets rolling. RBI producer throughout his career.
He's ahead of the count at 3 balls and 1 strike. Angels as a team hitting .257. That's 10th in the American League. And everywhere he goes, Matsui sees those signs. As a matter of fact, had to correct an individual yesterday at the ballpark in Arlington. Had the sign upside down. But it's all about the effort, right?
Tried.
3-1. It's fouled off to the left. Full count now.
It's good that Matsui was able to find that out and help out.
During batting practice, he was waving and stuff like that. And he just motioned with his hands. Just turn it around.
He could do it all. Boom, a World Series MVP.
Had I known, I would have helped out, but the Japanese is limited. Payoff pitch. Takes down low. That's a leadoff walk. Buchholz thought that was a strike as we take a look at our FoxSportsWest.com poll question with a couple of off days coming up. Should the Angels go to a 4-man rotation the next 2 weeks? Yes or no? And the odds are that that is going to be the case. Scott Kazmir not due back off the disabled list for a little while.
I would say yes. And Mike Sosa generally never even considers doing that. He loves to give his starters that extra day rest. But under the circumstance, and the fact is the Angels are 7 games back, I think he would be more inclined to go with that 4-man rotation. I think that would be successful going that route.
Well, he is giving Yoel Pinheiro a couple extra days off. Pinheiro was scheduled to start tonight. Yoel will pitch on Wednesday. The assumption being the rotation heading into the Texas series would have Irvin Santana on Friday, Dan Herron on Saturday, and then Jared Weaver pitching the finale against Cliff Lee on Sunday. Callaspo fouls this one at the plate. That'll leave in the count. Alberto coming over in that trade with Kansas City a couple of days ago, hitting .272 overall with 8 home runs and 46 driven home. He's 2 for 11 in that series against Texas, picking up a couple of RBIs. Punches this one past Adrian Beltre. Usually a very good glove guy, especially on that play going to his right. It goes underneath there. We'll see how they rule it. Should be a base hit, and it is. The Angels have 2 on with nobody out here in the second.
Yeah, he reacted as if he didn't expect that ball to hit off the end of the bat by Callaspo. Good piece of hitting.
All too often, especially with Seattle. He got so used to watching Beltre make that play spin around and whip it from the hip across the diamond. But this one just underneath the glove, so Callaspo gets a base hit. And here's Mike Napoli. Buchholz missing down low.
You got Mike Cameron playing very shallow in center field for the Red Sox. And of course you got right there in center field playing shallow. But Mike Napoli has great power to center to right center field.
The breaking pitch misses high. It looked like Buchholz a little frustrated. Get a visit from Victor Martinez.
Boy, he turns his back on the catcher. I think he's still upset about he thought that was a strike he threw to Matsui.
Now, that being the case, at some point you've got to move on.
Exactly. That's what you should. Otherwise, you're going to put yourself in a bad situation, a big inning against you. John Farrell, the pitching coach, going to go out and talk to him. As a catcher, you never like to see that where your pitcher turns his back. He's running out there for the purpose of trying to get you under control, whether it's saying keep your front shoulder tucked in a little bit longer, stay a little bit longer over the pitching rubber.
Well, he's behind Napoli, 2 balls and no strikes. Mike did not play in last night's game. It was actually in the on-deck circle when the game ended. Juan Rivera grounding out. Back in the lineup and playing first base. Howie Kendrick that got him to start at first base last night. And now one hits Napoli and they are loaded up. I mean, if body language were a telling sign, there's either he's still chapped about that pitch or there's something going on.
Especially when you're having this type of season, you got an ERA under 3 for the year, and you're 10-5. But that pitch had no chance of not hitting. Like now, they got on top of it too much, turned it over that sinking fastball. Tried to do too much with it instead of challenging Napoli with that fastball in that spot.
Here's Juan Rivera with the bases loaded, nobody out. 11 home runs on the season for Juan. Buchholz working from the stretch. There's a strike into the knees. Red Sox will give up the run in order to get 2. Playing back in the infield.
When if you're Juan Rivera, you're looking for a pitch at least elevated enough you can hit it in the air. Very least sacrifice fly.
0-1. Pulled foul. Matsui, Kayaspo, and Napoli around the bases from third to first. 0-2 count on Juan. This one bounced over to third, and that is a foul ball. 96 mile an hour from the right-hander Buchholz. He's just 25 years of age. He'll turn 26 here in a couple of weeks. Lumberton, Texas. Supplemental first-round pick, 42nd overall in 2005. Another 0-2. That's down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Buchholz with great stuff. He's already thrown a no-hitter in his career, in his second career start versus Baltimore. Remember, he beat the Angels and went 5+ innings, threw the ball very well in that game. And as a spot starter, another no-hitter again tonight. Matt Garza from Tampa. 5 on the season now.
He and Max Scherzer had no-hitters, both of them, into the 5th and 6th innings. 1-2. Breaking pitch, looped in the air. That's going to be an infield fly roll out. Away. Pretty good pitch by Buchholz to get Rivera. He's got one out now to face Jeff Mathis with the bases still loaded.
And with Matsui at third base, he's going to take a pretty deep fly ball to the outfield to be able to score him. For Jeff Mathis, try to get a pitch on the inner half. Get that fastball and drive it deep in the air.
Try to get him to chase that first pitch fastball on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Jeff, 234, 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Went 0 for 2 last night. Heck of a job getting bulldozed at the plate by Chris Davis, but hanging on to the baseball. He pulls the string on him here, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, Jeff's getting a lot of breaking pitches thrown to him of late. He's having that type of swing. He's going to have to try to go the other way with that pitch. A lot of sliders, a lot of curves on the outer half.
This one is popped up on the infield. 2 outs. So with 2 outs, it'll be up to Eric Ibar. Matsui led off the inning with a walk. Kayaspo with a single. Napoli with a hit by pitch. But Buchholz has made 2 very good pitches. Rivera on the breaking pitch, popping it up to Youkilis. Mathis and a fastball in on the hands, popping it up to Youkilis.
Well, that toughest out in these situations is always the third out. You have a little bit of a letdown mentally. You have to get 2 outs like that. Jump on that fastball, Eric Ibar, right now if he throws it in the middle part of the plate.
Fouls off the first pitch. No balls and strike. Ibar had a prolonged at bat in the bottom of the first inning. Ended up grounding out to Jed Lowry at second. So he's 0 for 1. Breaking pitch, apparently on the inside corner.
I'm guessing it must have crossed the plate.
Yeah.
It certainly wasn't caught on the corner. Clock stats will even show it was not on the corner.
Big break to that breaking pitch. And it's 0-2. Wally Bell calling the balls and strikes tonight. James Hoy at first. Todd Titchener at second. And Laz Diaz at third. So Buchholz 1 strike away from getting out of a bases loaded, no out jam. Here's the 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
More likely after that pitch, a fastball just below the knees. He's going to come right back with that 12-6 curveball.
Fastball hit in the air to left. Playable for Jeremy Hermida. Buchholz just worked out of a bases loaded, no out jam. 2 complete here at the Big A. We're still tied at 1. Buchholz in that situation with the bases loaded as J.D. Drew takes a strike. Dan Herron with 3 strikeouts, no walks. Drew was a strikeout victim in the first. He's 0 for 1. Takes upstairs and it's 1-1. This one rolled on the right side. Napoli to the backhand. And there's the first down of the inning. Let's take a look at our Hyundai keys to the game, Groovy.
Well, the big thing for Dan Herron is channel positive emotions. He's going to go out there and prove that the Angels made a great trade by picking him up. Very competitive guy to begin with. Pitching at home, growing up not too far here from the Big A. Use those emotions, work down in the strike zone, utilize that split finger fastball, and above all, get deep in the game like he normally does.
Euclid's had a base hit in the first, so he's 1 for 1. Was stranded at first base when Ortiz struck out. Herron in his career coming into this one as Euclid takes a strike and it's 0-2. 86 and 70 with a 371 earned run average. 2 years in St. Louis with 6 and 10 there. Spent 3 years with Oakland. Was 43 and 34 with the A's, and then 37 and 26 with the Diamondbacks. Euclid goes down swinging, and there's out number 2. Euclid apparently didn't like the second pitch that was called a strike.
Well, that's a shock.
4th strikeout for.
That's a great pitch right there.
Herron.
Oh, that's a nasty split. Exmo shows this how different of a rotation a split finger fastball is compared to a 2-seam or 4-seam fastball.
Ortiz swings and drills one high and deep to right. Abreu at the wall. That's gone. 2-1 Boston. 20th home run of the year for Ortiz. And it makes that bottom of the second that much more important, just like we talked about early on, about the lack of offense and the consistency thereof.
When you get opportunities, granted, Buchholz created a lot of that opportunity. Walk Matsui, hit Napoli. You have to take advantage of on the offensive side. Boy, a pitch rate on the inner half of the plate. Left-handers love that pitch down and in. Of course, Ortiz is not going to miss that pitch.
Beltre swinging at the first pitch, fouls one off to the right side, and it's no balls and a strike. Beltre had that triple to lead off the second inning off the glove of Torrey Hunter at straightaway center field. Came around to score. Fouls another one off to the right. It's quickly 0-2. This one rolled through on the left side, and that's a 2-out base hit. Adrian Beltre, 2 for 2 already tonight against Danny Herron.
Pretty impressive at bat for Beltre. That was a good pitch. He was able to hit through the hole between short and third. Pitch was down in the strike zone, a split finger fastball. It dropped the bat head, made contact, and got it through for a base hit. Again, when a guy has good numbers against you on the hill, no matter what you throw, somehow, some way, they'll find a way to get a base hit. Beltre has continued to hit Herron well.
Victor Martinez takes a strike. He had an RBI base hit on the very first pitch he saw in the second. Picking up his 39th run batted in. Martinez went on the disabled list on June 29th. The left thumb fracture. He's in the hole at 0-2. It was after having 2 foul balls hit off his thumb in a game against the San Francisco Giants. 11 guys have spent time on the disabled list for the Red Sox this year. And yet through it all, even though they are 8 games back, 55-44 in the American League East.
It's impressive when you have that many key players out. Josh Beckett, who's pitching the 3rd game of the series, he was out for a long time himself.
Martinez checked his swing apparently, according to Laz Diaz. It's that 2-seam fastball on the inside part of the plate to lefties. And it fooled Martinez, but apparently missed up. So it's 1-2.
That looked like a pretty good pitch from the inside corner. Great location, especially a guy coming back from an injury on the hand.
Two and two now. Second baseman Jed Lowry's over there on deck. We've gone from 0-2 to 3-2 with 2 away. Get Beltre going with the pitch. Napoli's probably going to play behind Beltre. The left-handed batter up.
Victor Martinez is such a good hitter throughout his career. Took a couple tough pitches on the inner half, and that was a pretty nasty split finger, and he just let go. 323 career hit against the Angels.
Out in front of that split finger pitch. Count remains 3-2. Beltre takes off again, another 3-2. This time got him on the inside corner. Martinez knew it. And Heron has picked up his 5th strikeout, but Boston now leads it 2-1. Bottom of the 3rd. Gave up that home run to David Ortiz, but Boston up by the score of 2-1. The Angels now try to respond with Asturias, Abreu, and Hunter 2, 3, and 4 against play Buck Colts, who has thrown 44 pitches, 29 for strikes. No strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit batters. Meiser takes a strike. Asturias grounded out in the 1st inning, so he's 0 for 1. It's jammed and floats this one out to shallow left field. Nobody's going to get this one. Scudero nor Hermida. That's a leadoff base hit.
And now it's time for the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast, especially after that little knockdown sandwich by Meiser. Bobby Abreu gets a pitch, inner half and elevated, turns on it to right center field. At that point, giving the Halos a 1-0 lead. That was our Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
Bobby's 11th of the year. It's 54th RBI. He'll take a fastball on the outside corner. Boston with a couple of runs on 6 hits. They've stranded 4. The Angels will run on 3 hits. They've left 3 on bases. Asturias gets back to the bag. Limited action throughout Major League Baseball tonight. Yankees beat Cleveland 3-2. Toronto beat Baltimore. Minnesota crushing Kansas City 19-0. That game in the 9th. Mentioned that no-hitter by Matt Garza. The 5-0 win for the Rays over the Tigers. And the White Sox beat Seattle 6-1.
Yeah, but there's still time to come back.
That Minnesota-Kansas City game was a Zach Greinke start. Gave up 6 runs in that 1st inning.
At some point, you're going to have to see if, even though Buchholz is quick to the plate, challenge Victor Martinez behind the plate, try to steal some bags.
Bobby bounces this one over to 3rd. Beltre goes to 2nd. They get the full shot there. And Abreu will leg it out and reach on a fielder's choice. Nice play by Adrian Beltre to get that lead runner. So 1 out, 1 on for Torrey Hunter. Take a look at our Lexus Pursuing section.
Boy, 5 no-hitters this season, most since 1991, in which there were 7. Matt Garza. Matt Scherzer was also throwing a no-hitter in that game versus Garza. Edwin Jackson, threw his no-hitter, had a few walks in there, a couple perfectos. And of course, Jimenez has been just dominant the whole season for Colorado, the first in their franchise history. Same thing for Matt Garza.
First pitch to Torrey is cut on a missed, big breaking pitch. It's no balls and a strike. Torrey's 0 for 1. Grounding out to Jed Lowry. Picked up 3 ground ball outs in that first inning. Alex Rodriguez, by the way, in the 3-2 Yankee win, did not hit career home run number 600. Stuck at 599. Torrey takes a fastball up and in. Evens the count. 0 for 4.
I remember we were coming in as a member of Kansas City, a 4-game series against the Angels, and Reggie Jackson was going for career number 500 as far as home runs. We're all the young pitchers all scheduled there. Bud Black was the first guy. He goes, I'll get it out of the way. Take the pressure off you guys. And lo and behold, Bud Black gave up career number 500 to Reggie Jackson in that series here. Thankfully. Even though we do like you, Blackie, it was nice for you to give up that home run for us.
But long pause for Buchholz here. Effective way of getting the base runner at first base. Abreu in this case, flat-footed. 1-1. Abreu goes. That is ripped. Foul.
Victor Martinez has allowed 57 stolen base again. He's caught 9, and about 13.5% would be base stealers. Buchholz so quick to the plate. This two has been a pretty good combination. 7 stolen base allowed, but 3 caught stealing.
Torrey the hole now, to ball and 2 strikes. See if Abreu tries to take off again. And Torrey goes down swinging as Buchholz picks up his first strikeout. There are 2 outs.
Look at mistake pitch by Buchholz. It was up. Tough pitch to lay off if you're a hitter. You see it so well, and you think you got a chance to make contact with it before long it's by you.
Matsui had a leadoff walk in the second. That's when the Angels loaded him up with nobody out, got nothing out of it. Buchholz doing a terrific job of limiting any type of damage. Getting 3 routine pop-ups. Abreu still with a pretty good lead over at first base. And Matsui takes the breaking pitch in for a strike.
Buchholz seems to focus on every single pitch, close his eyes momentarily before he comes to a set position to be able to determine which pitch he's going to throw. Again, the focus is there, but also it slows down the pace.
1-1 pitch. Outside. 2 balls and a strike. It just seems every year, with the exception maybe this year, you always heard Buchholz's name in regards to possible trade target of other teams. The Red Sox trying to fill a void here or there. Got to the big leagues 2007. Last year got 16 starts in the big leagues with 7-4 and a 4.21 ERA. Matsui thought about it. It's that similar pitch that Bobby Abreu launched into the seats and right. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Well, the thing about Buchholz, he's got good stuff. He's got 4 quality pitches. He's got a fastball. He can get up there 95, 96. A lot of clubs want him. Also, there's always been an organization that develops power arms. There's a number in the minor league system and a number in the big leagues level right now. So there's always a surplus. There's always a need for a bat. Now for the Red Sox, with all the key innings they've had.
Two. Matsui. That's in the left field. A base hit. So 2 on here. Matsui's been on twice. It'll be up to Alberto Callaspo trying to get a base knock here. Or to score Bobby Abreu and tie things up.
On Exmo. Breaking pitch on the outer half. Matsui did a great job. You can see how he's kept his head still, eyes on the target on the outer half. The bat through the zone late enough to be able to punch that into left field for a base hit.
Callaspo swings the first pitch and bounces it to Euclid down within the thread. First pitch swinging with a couple of men on. We are through 3. The Angels trail it 2-1. It's time now for our trivia question. AT&T trivia question. Dan Herron tied for the Major League lead with 190 starts since 2005. Who is he tied with?
We get a Roy Halladay, maybe?
It would have to be someone of that ilk. Bottom third to up for Boston here. Jed Lowry, Mike Cameron, Jeremy Hermida. First pitch is in there for a strike. Herron with 5 punch-outs. No walks, 6 hits allowed. 1 of the first 3 in the second. And 2 in the third. Lowry had a double in the second inning, so he's 1 for 1. Aaron not happy with his release point there. Falls behind at 2-1.
Just the dropping of that elbow forced that pitch out of the strike zone. Staying on top of that pitch, especially his secondary pitch, very important.
That'll leave it a count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lowry just activated off the disabled list and got a start at shortstop on the 21st against Oakland. First time all year in the big leagues. That pitch is a called strike 3 on the outside corner, and there's out number 1. Big strike show tonight for Wally Bell. Lowry doesn't like the call, and there's the first down of the inning.
He's asking Mike Cameron if he thought that pitch was up. Definitely middle part of the plate, belt high. Technically, the strike zone's supposed to go from the knees to the letters. So that's certainly within the element of a strike zone.
Mike Cameron takes down low. He was the strikeout victim in the second. 147 punch outs now for Danny Herron. As Cameron skies this one out to shallow right center. Sturis is going out. Abreu chugging in. Corey Hunter comes on, makes the catch. That's a play you would have thought off the bat, and just given location, that Bobby Abreu would have made the catch on, but Torrey continuing to kind of cover a lot of ground out in the outfield.
Been told by Mike Scioscia, Ron Renicky, to cover as much ground as possible. Even though Bobby calls it off, it's always the call of the center fielder, the quarterback of the outfield defense, and a smile from Torrey making that play. Going a long way.
Romita takes down low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Torrey has covered quite a bit of ground to both left center field, right center field. This one's down a left field line, slicing away from Rivera. Here's a foul ball. Laz Diaz, I think, talking to the ball boy down there, technically supposed to allow that ball to land. Foul. You never know. It could hit something and bounce into fair territory. Highly unlikely.
Still a nice play.
No doubt. Romita went around. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good form, looking into his glove.
Romita reached on a fielder's choice, so he's 0 for 1. 2-2. This one's fouled off to the left. Got him looking on the outside corner. 2 strikeouts here in the inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Red Sox lead at 2-1. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax by Carl's Jr. Introducing the Hawaiian Teriyaki Chicken Sandwich with grilled pineapple and teriyaki sauce. New at Carl's Jr. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. Red Sox up by the score of 2-1 as we start the bottom of the fourth. Here's the Big A, the first of a 3-game series. A couple of night games and a day game on Wednesday afternoon, then an off day before Texas rolls into town for 3. Beginning on Friday night. Mike Napoli, Juan Rivera, Jeff Mathis here against Clay Buchholz in the fourth. Napoli swings and misses on that breaking pitch. There's no balls in his strike. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning. That's when the bases were loaded with nobody out. And Juan Rivera, Jeff Mathis popped out to Euclid. Ibar hit a fly ball to left. One ball, one strike.
Well, what a perfect night it is here tonight, the Big A. Considering how hot it was in Texas and in New York. Perfect for the players to come back, get their swing together, because they've had some problems being consistent with their approaches at the plate of late.
There's that breaking pitch, and it's 1-2. One-two pitch. It's tapped foul at the plate. Napoli, the team leader in home runs with 18. The Angels, with Abreu's home run tonight, have hit now 103. As he goes down swinging on the off-speed pitch, and Buchholz has picked up his second strikeout. Let's go back to our AT&T trivia question. Who is Dan Herron tied with as far as 190 starts since 2005? Derek Lowe. Really?
Derek Lowe.
Former member of the Boston Red Sox. I would have guessed C.C. Sabathia.
Especially when he's going with that on 3-day rest at the last month and a half of the season a few years ago with Milwaukee.
Yep. Rivera takes a strike on the inside corner. 1-0 for 1 with a pop-up.
If you're a hitter tonight, you got to realize that Wally Bell has a pretty big strike zone. Something close to the corners, you got to be up hacking. He's been consistent for both sides calling that pitch.
Rivera fouls that one at the plate. It may got him on the forehead or just on the flap of the helmet. Ball seemed to bounce right back up. Yeah, right off the flap of the helmet.
An unusual foul ball. It was a breaking pitch.
Rivera asked for time as Buchholz started his windup. The 0-2. Bouncing in front of the plate. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Halos with a run in the first inning. A 1-0 lead. Boston tied it in the second. And took the lead on David Ortiz's 20th home run of the year. Solo shot down the right field line. Rivera swings at that breaking pitch. 2 outs. They get ready to bring the Rally Monkey home. It's Rally Monkey Soap Dispenser Night that's coming up Saturday, the 31st of July. It's free to all kids 2 to 18 that attend the ball game, and it's courtesy of Custom Comfort Mattress. Purchase your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com or any of the Angel Stadium ticket windows. It's a happy-go-lucky fella. There's Jeff Mathis. Takes a fastball in for a strike. Mathis also popping out. He's 0 for 1.
So a lot of those two-seam fastballs and then come back with that cut fastball at 90.
I was just going to say, had Victor Martinez not kind of snapped that glove down as quickly, I think he may have gotten a called strike.
Volleyball has called that strike above the belt. As long as it's got a part of the plate, he's going to call that pitch. But when you have a catcher with that much movement trying to frame a pitch, you're not going to get it.
I mean, tonight of all nights, it's the perfect opportunity for a catcher to sit there trying to at least hold it for an extra second or two, just in case. Mathis takes a strike. 2-2. Buchholz has thrown 71 pitches as we play here in the fourth. 2 outs and nobody on it. Steps off.
You'll notice that Victor Martinez only has tapes on finger to be able to allow the pitcher to be able to pick up the signs and not cross up the catcher. You see catchers either paint their nails or put tape around their fingers. Be able to see those signs going down. Certain ballparks, it's difficult for pitchers to be able to read it.
Three-two pitch. Mathis just got a piece of it. Keeps his at-bat alive. Now, we've seen catchers go to the taps on the shin guard, the knees, the shoulders for signs, especially when guys are struggling to
I could
pick
not
up the signs.
see the signs for my catcher in old Yankee Stadium. I was a guess. I used to try to throw a cut fastball, and I was covered either it would be a fastball or a slider.
Mathis goes down swinging as Clay Buchholz retires the side via the punch out. The first time he has retired the side in order in this game. 4 complete. Boston still leads it. (2009) ALDS and clinched their first series win against the Boston Red Sox. Be sure to visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a SoCal agent near you. Boston's leading it 2-1 as we start the fifth. Top of the order now due up for Boston. Scudero, Drew, and Euclid. 7 punch outs for Dan Hare, no walks. 6 hits allowed. His first pitch is down low for ball 1. Scudero is 0 for 2. He popped out and he came to the inning-ending fielder's choice in the second inning. Lays off the breaking pitch. It'll Take the count to 2 balls and no strikes.
Wait for Dan Herron right now. All you can do as a pitcher is try to throw up as many zeros as possible. Buchholz is starting to get locked in, striking out the sides the last inning. So you got to think it's going to be a pitcher's duel throughout.
This one on the ground. The short eye bar's got it. Scudero is retired for the first down here in the 5th. Herron was originally a 2nd-round pick by the St. Louis Cardinals in 2001. Mentioned earlier, grew up in the Southern California area, went to Bishop Amat High School and to Pepperdine University. And he's been involved in some pretty big trades. First pitch to J.D. Cruz, just low. And traded by the Cardinals to Oakland, along with Derek Barton and Kiko Calero, one of my favorite names of all time. That was the Mark Mulder deal. And it went to Arizona in a huge package. Drew fouls this one back to even the count. It's Herron, Connor Robertson to the Arizona Diamondbacks for Chris Carter, Brett Anderson, Aaron Cunningham, Dana Evelyn, Carlos Gonzalez, and Greg Smith. Drew fouls this one off the left, and it's 1-2, and of course now acquired by the Angels.
Talking about a guy who gives you innings. Averaging over the last 5 seasons, 222 innings pitched. That's, for me, is a telltale sign of a very good pitcher. If you're throwing over 220 innings in a season, you're really good.
Drew goes down
healthy.
Looking. He didn't like that call either.
The big thing, another great pitch on the inner half of the plate. Herron has that ability to throw that 2-seam fastball and catch a lot of the plate there. That just didn't get the corner. That got about 2-3 inches off the inside part of the plate with that running 2-seam fastball. 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, cutter, and split-finger fastball.
Euclid swings the first pitch and hits it off of Herron and ricochets to Napoli. Euclid is going to reach. Herron is in obvious pain. That may have gotten him on the hand or the wrist. That's the pitching hand.
Well, it looks like it ended up getting him in the bicep area of the throwing arm. A lot of times when you get hit in that spot, you get that initial dead arm feeling, and then all of a sudden you'll get it back. Hopefully that'll be the case for Dan Herron, who's throwing the ball very well tonight.
Euclid picks up his 2nd hit of the game.
Trying to get feeling back.
That's a good sign that he's moving around on his own like that. But then again, we saw Jeff Mathis stay in a ball game with an apparent broken bone in his throwing hand earlier this year. Ended up shelving him for 5 to 6 weeks.
Well, that might even got him in the wrist area. He's going to try to. He might even be taking him out of the game right away.
So Dan Herron in his debut here will depart with 2 outs in the 5th inning, down 2-1. Not a good sign. Always scary when you see a pitcher get removed from the game,
especially without not even throwing any throws or not.
Yep.
Boy, situation, because he falls over towards first base. He just almost threw up his arm to be able to protect his upper part of his body, maybe even his face area. Right away looks at the wrist. Obviously in a situation like this, Francisco Rodriguez will be able to get as many pitches as he wants to be able to be ready to face the first batter.
So we've got a pitching change and injury. Pitching change, Dan Herron is out. Francisco Rodriguez is coming on with Boston leading it 2-1. TV, high-speed internet, home. AT&T, TV, high-speed internet, home phone, and wireless. Visit at AT&T.com or call 1-800-PICK-AT&T for details. And by your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. Back out here at the Big A, 2-1 Boston, top of the fifth inning, Francisco Rodriguez. He'll get as much time as he needs to get loose here. Rodriguez pitched last night. He went an inning and 2/3, giving up 2 hits and a run against the Texas Rangers. Take a look at our Angels Haynes comfort zone. Talking about Francisco Rodriguez pitching out his 24th big league game, 0-1 record, a 3.71 ERA.
Very good cut fastball along with a low to mid 90s fastball. Of course, the changeup and a curveball. Above all, he's got to be aggressive in the strike zone. When he first came up, he was dominant. Then he had that game in Chicago, Wrigley Field, where he threw some pitches out of the zone. Kind of been tentative at time as far as finishing off pitches.
Dan Herron tonight departing after getting hit by Kevin Youkilis, but for the most part living up to everything we've heard about him throughout his career.
Well, he had a great split finger fastball. Good location on the fastball also. Good curveball. Two-seam fastball there. Running in to get Victor Martinez. Two-seam fastball right there. Gets Lowry. Perfect spot. 8 punch-outs. No walk. But then this line drive up the middle. Really, as a pitcher, it's difficult to get out of the way. Right in the forearm wrist area with that line drive.
And once we get word from downstairs, we'll certainly pass it along to you. But really, it's just one of those things where kind of surprising to see. A little scary considering he did not get one warm-up toss. It was a decision made by Rick Smith and Mike Scioscia to take him out of the game immediately. So the momentum kind of comes to an end here. Boston taking the 2-1 lead courtesy of David Ortiz in the third inning, his 20th home run.
Big thing, too, was in that part of your pitching arm, there's not a lot of meat there. You're going to be hit on the bone. That was a pretty good hit ball by Kevin Youkilis up the middle. There's no way you get out of the way of that ball, especially if you're Dan Herron falling towards first base. The ball tracked him all the way up, trying to protect himself. But the good thing that I saw is he able to grab his glove with his hand, which tells you still a good feeling in his fingers and wrist area, which is a good sign.
So Rodriguez is ready to go. And his first pitch is hit in the air high and deep to left field. Rivera gets spun around and will make the catch for the third out. So no runs ahead, 1 left on. We hit at the bottom of the fifth. Boston leads it 2-1. Bottom of the fifth inning, top of the order now. Due up for the Halos, Ibar, Isturis, and Abreu. Plays Clay Buchholz, who retired the side in order via the strikeout. 4 punch-outs now overall for Buchholz. And Ibar shows bunt, drops one at the third base line. Beltre barehands it, moves it over to first, and there's out number 1. Beltre was cheating in on that bunt. And with that breaking pitch, you basically give an infielder that much more of an opportunity to throw you out.
Slower pitch to be able to come in and track and see off the end of the bat. Talked about it earlier when we talked about Adrian Beltre coming in on that baseball and throwing with the bare hand as good as anybody the game has ever seen. Feels so comfortable making that throw, and a strong throw, sidewinding, an accurate throw also.
Meister Sturz 1 for 2 with a base hit in the third.
Meister with the Izzy and his number 13 on there. Let's see those shoes going flying around the bases here for a triple. Get the offense going. Pick up Dan Herron, who did a great job before getting hit with that line drive.
Bounced off his right ankle. And it's 1 and 2. Herron ended up going 4 2/3. 8 strikeouts, no walks, 6 hits, including a home run. The 2 runs he allowed, both earned. This one off the end of the bat, trickles foul. Lot different pitcher in Buchholz since the third. Sturz will go down looking for the second out of the inning. And fans, the next Wells Fargo Big Bang Friday takes place this coming Friday as the Angels take on the Rangers. Come out to the Big A for the exciting matchup with the rivals in the American League West. And then stick around for a spectacular fireworks show. Pick up your tickets at angelsbaseball.com. So 2 outs, nobody on for Bobby Abreu. Down 2-1. Bobby with a home run in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third inning, so he's 1 for 2. Swings to first pitch and lines one over to Jed Lowry. It's another 1-2-3 inning. Buchholz has retired the last 7 in a row. 5 in the books. And Red Sox lead it 2-1.
Sixth inning. Now it's time for the Coors Light Freeze Cam. Dan Herron. A great, nasty split finger fastball. Look how that baseball is split between the fingers and the rotation On top of that pitch, which he's got 8 punch-outs in the game, running down and away from David Ortiz, gets a swing and miss on that nasty splitter. And that was our Coors Light Freeze Can, brought to you by Frost Brew. Coors Light, 8 strikeouts for Dan Aaron in 4 2/3 inning before departing when he got hit with a line drive by Kevin Youkilis.
Adrian Beltre to lead things off here in the 6th inning with Boston up 2-1. The first pitch is upstairs. Beltre 2 for 2, a triple and a single. He's also scored a run. A delay in action here. So beach balls come onto the field in right field. Good fastball from Francisco. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Beltre having a monster year. Signing with the Boston Red Sox this past offseason. .332 average. 16 home runs. This one fouled back. Living up to the numbers that he put up in his last year with the Dodgers prior to signing that big contract with the Seattle Mariners. The breaking pitch is rolled over to third. Callaspo's got it. First time tonight that Beltre has been retired. That'll bring up the catcher, Victor Martinez. Dan Herron, by the way, tonight threw 62 pitches prior to being removed from the game. The 62nd, drilling him what we believe to be the right forearm wrist area.
Well, you can tell why he's so good. Throwing a lot of strikes, commands that zone, those 2 or 3 different type of fastballs, and that nasty split finger and a curveball and a slider.
Martinez 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Struck out looking his last time up. Pitch missing just down low. 2 balls, no strikes. For the most part, Francisco Rodriguez has done a nice job in the big leagues for the Angels. Take away that 1 outing in Chicago against the Cubs, the numbers would look that much better.
Well, you got to like his ability to throw the fastball in the low to mid 90s. His cut fastball is very good. His curveball the same. But when he wavers out of the strike zone, that's when he runs into trouble.
Three balls and a strike. Rodriguez came on and threw 1 pitch in that 5th inning. Got David Ortiz to fly out deep to left as Martinez fouls this one off. Takes the count full. Bullpen's pretty much rested. Figure Scott Shields would not see action in this game. Brian Fuentes pitched 1 inning last night. But considering the way the starters pitched through that series in Texas, guys could use some work down there. Mentioned Francisco went an inning in 2/3 yesterday. Rodney threw 1 inning Saturday. Jepson 1 inning Friday. The 3-2 is bounced over to second. Mr. has got it.
Another good off speed by Francisco Rodriguez. Get a little chopper. The pitching staff has done their job, giving opportunities to win. Outside of the game yesterday, it's all you can ask for. And Mike Scioscia would love to see his offense get it together. The bases loaded, no out situation earlier in this game did not come through, but you'll still have plenty of time to get those swings together.
Here's Jed Lowry. Takes a fastball down and away. Lowry 1 for 2. Had a double in the second. Struck out looking in the fourth. Lowry, a guy who played just 32 games last year due to a couple of stints on the disabled list. Came into spring training. Ends up starting the year on the disabled list due to mononucleosis. Had to go to the 60-day disabled list. That's why he just got his first action of the big leagues less than a week ago. So pulls this one up the line, and Napoli's got the skimmer. Will take it himself, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Francisco Rodriguez. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Boston still leading the Angels 2-1. Right now, get Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo served with curly fries and a drink for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. By Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. And by Jack Daniels. Your friends at Jack Daniels remind you to drink responsibly. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2-1 Boston. Torrey Hunter to lead things off here against Clay Buchholz. The Angels have not had a base runner since the 2-out base hit by Hideki Matsui in the 3rd. Torrey takes that fastball in tight. Hunter's 0 for 2 with a ground ball to second and a strikeout. Buchholz didn't have a strikeout until Hunter's punch out in the 3rd inning, and all of a sudden he started to rack him up. 4 of the last 6 he has punched out. Torrey bounces this one foul and evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Buchholz ahead of the count at a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, that was some kind of curveball. That's a pretty good adjustments now. 5 innings, 5 punch outs, only 1 walk. 1 hit batter.
Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kevin Jepson's up and loosening now. Francisco giving the Angels an inning of the 3rd after the injury to Dan Herron. 26th birthday today. Close strike 3. Hunter goes down looking, and there's out number 1. And folks, groups of 25 or more can enjoy an exciting night of Angels baseball for as low as $6 per seat. Be part of the fan experience that was voted number 1 in all of sports. Book your coop outing today by calling 888-796-HALO or by visiting angelsbaseball.com/groups. Matsui's been on base twice. The only walk issued by Buchholz, that came in the second as a leadoff man, and then the base hit with 2 outs in the third. It was a strike. Well, the Angels' offense just has been scuffling. Ran into some very good pitching in Texas over the weekend. Another good pitcher tonight, but have had opportunities.
Seem to be relying so much on the home run to be able to score their runs. Find ways to manufacture some runs, going first to third, and then getting a key hit or a sacrifice fly when you need it.
Matsui rolls this one up the first baseline. And is in the hole at 1-2.
A lot of times in this situation, Buchholz will throw that two-seam fastball on the outer part of the plate, especially after a slow breaking pitch. There he goes. Shook it off all the way over to that curveball finally.
Breaking ball, line to right. J.D. Drew. There, 2 outs. Oh, 2 outs. Alberto Callaspo's coming up. And we'll take a look at our U.S. Marines leaders of the game. The career highs last year, 11 home runs, 73 runs batted in, 41 doubles, 79 runs scored, 173 hits, mostly as a second baseman for the Kansas City Royals.
You see Callaspo very aggressive at the plate. Generally, he'll be swinging at that first pitch.
Which is typically all right if it's the pitch that you're actually looking for. Not too often are you looking for a first pitch curveball with a man in scoring position. And that was the case the last time up when he grounded out with Abreu at second base. Count evens at 1-1 now.
Very good point. If you're a hitter, and you know, that's what you saw early in the game for the Red Sox when they were able to get those runs in the second and third. They were jumping on the first pitch fastball for Dan Herron, and Dan made a good adjustment, throwing a lot of split fingers and curveballs from that point forward. Now, if you're identified as a guy who throws the first pitch fastball, it's always good to jump out there early. There's no reason to swing at the first pitch curveball. Most of the time, it's not going to be a strike.
There's the 1-2 to Callaspo. He takes that one down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He does have a hit today. Second inning base knock. Grounded out in the third. So 1 for 2 night. Majority of his action that he has seen with the Angels has been at third base. Did get a couple of innings in left field in Texas. This one's fouled off to the left and into the seats. This one down the left field line. Long run for Hermida. Makes the catch, and the Angels go down in order for the third consecutive inning. 6 complete here at the Big A. Red Sox still up 2-1. 1. New pitcher on the mound for the Angels, Kevin Jepson, on his 26th birthday, will come in and face the Red Sox. Taking over for Francisco Rodriguez, who went an inning in the third. Nicely done, facing 4 batters, retiring all 4. Now Jepson will take on 8, 9, and 1. Cameron, Hermida, and Scudero. The reason Francisco Rodriguez came in and pitched an inning in the third is because Dan Herron was taken out of the game after getting hit by a pitch, or being hit by a line drive off the bat of Kevin Youkilis. It's been determined that he left tonight's game due to a contusion on the forearm. He's taken out for precautionary reasons. He'll be reevaluated tomorrow.
Well, I mean, he's definitely made an impact right away in that game at 4 2/3 innings pitched. 8 strikeouts, no walks.
Retires Cameron for the first down here in the 7th.
The pitch to Kevin Youkilis. Fastball that ran in the inner half, and as Danny was falling towards first base, as most pitchers will, right-handed pitchers, he's going towards that way to try to protect himself. The ball got him right in the forearm.
Go back to our Hyundai keys of the game.
The key was channel that positive emotion. He did a very good job, considering after you're traded, you just get in late last night. You're put in the rotation to face a Boston Red Sox club, a good rivalry to begin with between the Angels and Red Sox. And he's done a great job as far as throwing the baseball tonight. And then, of course, that line drive by Youkilis knocked him out of the game. But certainly a lot of positives. Very emotional guy, challenges hitters, aggressive on the mound, throwing strikes. He did that.
Jepson with a 1-1 count here on Jeremy Hermida, the 9th place hitter and left fielder for Boston, who's 0 for 2. Went down looking in the 4th. Good fastball into the knees. 1-2. Kevin pitched 1 inning of scoreless baseball in Friday night's game. That was the 1-0 victory by Texas over the Angels. Hermida goes down swinging on that hard slider down at it. 2 outs.
Well, that pitch is so effective for Kevin Jepson. At 91-mile-an-hour slider, or if you want to call it a cut fastball. Perfect pitch. To maintain your balance, throw over the front leg. With that snap on the action on that slider, perfect spot.
Leadoff man Marco Scudero up at the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. Scudero swings the first pitch, fouls it off. He's 0 for 3. Last time up, grounded out to short. Red Sox with 7 hits, the Angels with 4. Both teams have left 5 men on base. Leaving the count. That is always the case here. A lot of Red Sox fans strewn about here at the Big A. Hear them chanting everywhere as this one's hitting the right. Bobby got a good jump on that. Makes a nice little basket catch near the hip. It's a 1-2-3 inning. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. Angels need to get it going. They're down 2-1. Angels trailing at 2-1. Boston has a new left fielder, Eric Patterson, taking over for Jeremy Hermida. He will bat in the 9th spot in the order. Here in the 7th, facing Clay Buchholz, the Angels will send up the bottom 3rd, Napoli, Rivera, Mathis. Buchholz has retired the last 10 in a row. That includes 5 strikeouts. Napoli takes a fastball inside. Mike's been hit by a pitch. He's a strikeout victim leading off the 4th inning. That was the inning in which Buchholz retired the second order via the strikeout, all 3 swinging. Again, if you're just joining us, Dan Herron departing from this game due to a forearm contusion. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, and Clay Buchholz did a nice job when he's in a fastball count, able to throw that get-over curveball for a strike. Keeps the hitters off balance.
Buchholz has fallen behind at 2-1. You see Scott Atchison beginning to loosen now for Boston. Buchholz getting ready to throw his 100th pitch. Napoli rolls this one foul. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reggie Willits has come out to the on-deck circle. He would be pinch hitting for Juan Rivera.
It's certainly a count right now for Mike Napoli to look fastball. Buchholz don't want to walk him, to challenge him.
3-2, and he did. Here's out number 1. So Reggie Willits will not be pinch hitting for Juan Rivera as Juan comes back out. At Napoli reach, Reggie would have been in there trying to bunt him over. Fernando Rodney's up now. Rivera's 0 for 2 with a pop-up and a strikeout. Breaking ball is pulled to left. There's a base hit. First man to reach since the 2-out knock by Matsui in the 3rd. Hey folks, the Angels Friends and Family Fun Pack is presented by JetBlue. As a matter of fact, it is JetBlue night here at the Big A tonight. Glad to see them out here. You can enjoy 4 game tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks, all that and more for just $44. The next Friends and Family Fun Pack game takes place on Sunday the 1st. That's against the Texas Rangers. Purchase your Family Fun Pack presented by JetBlue at angelsbaseball.com. As Reggie Willits, you see on your screen there, is pitch running here for Juan Rivera. Howie Kendrick is going to pinch hit now for Jeff Mathis.
This is the time when you want to see that inside-out swing from Howie Kendrick to hit it the right center field and be able to score. Reggie Willits at first base.
Howie got the start last night at first base, went 1 for 4 with a single. Takes a fastball high for ball 1. Guy you want at the plate as far as you're thinking about starting a runner at first base. That inside out approach. Good contact hitter.
Buchholz does a good job as far as holding the baseball, too, when he's quick to the plate. Times anywhere between 1-1-8 and 1-2-3 as far as delivery of that baseball to home plate. That's very quick. Generally, the average is around 1-3 to 1-3-5.
There's a real nasty movement on that fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Alfredo Griffin also going over to talk to Reggie Will to tell him what to look for as far as most right-handed pitchers will do and have certain tendencies of which if you're a good base stealer you can pick up. Whether he collapses the back leg or looks to home first before he delivers. There's certain little things you're always going to give away.
One ball, 1 strike on Kendrick. The pitch. Off speed pitch. Misses in. It's 2-1. Outfield pretty much straight away. Cameron perhaps just a couple of steps toward right center field. Drew is straight up in right. Patterson straight up in left. Red Sox, not one of those teams that really move around a whole lot defensively. This one a chopper to short. Scooter to Riley for the time. So Howie will reach on a fielder's choice, but there are 2 outs now.
Well, I got to believe at some point here you got to try to steal a base. Especially in this scenario, you got Howie with good speed. Worst case scenario, if he gets thrown out, you have Eric Ibar leading off the next inning. Buchholz done a nice job. Mike Scioscia gives his good base runners the green light. If they can read the pitcher, they can go.
Hey, figuring a situation such as that Reggie would have been off with the pitch at some point in the at-bat. He was the pinch runner after all.
And with pretty good speed. Again, you get the defensive club out of their comfortable position by movement. That's what the Angels were so good for so many years as far as trying to steal a base, hitting and running. Getting the defenders out of their comfort zone.
Ibar's 0 for 3 in this one. Right underneath the hands. No balls and a strike. Eric's grounded to second, hit a fly ball to left, and grounded out to third. He tried to bunt his way on. Terrific play by Beltre. He's playing him near the cut of the grass at third base just in case. Now it gets away from Martinez, and Howie will end up at second base in the scoring position. Wild pitch by Buchholz.
6th wild pitch on the season for Buchholz. Overthrew this curveball. Martinez didn't do a real good job as far as shifting his body to be able to smother that baseball and keep it in front and try to backhand it with the glove.
First time the Angels have had a man in scoring position since the third. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Ibar. Takes that breaking pitch low. 2-1. Halos tonight 0 for 4 with men in scoring position. The biggest of which came in the second with the bases loaded, nobody out. Howie with a big lead at second. 2-1 pitch is cut on and missed. 2-2.
More likely the last inning for Buchholz. Now up at 111 pitches. The Angels would love to tie it here before they get him out of the game.
Lays off of that pitch. Such a tough pitch, too. Right on the inside corner. That's one of those, just like we saw earlier in the at-bat. You start that swing, all of a sudden the ball just dives out of the strike zone.
I used to like to try to throw that pitch a lot to left-handed batters because they could see it and read it. Most left-handed swings prefer down and in like that, but all of a sudden a late break at the end is in the back leg. It's very difficult to, one, make contact, and if you do make contact, keep it fair.
Full count with Kendrick at second at 2 outs. He's got a piece of it, fouled it off of Victor Martinez.
We talk about one of his best fastballs of the night, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and Eric Ibar was in protect mode. After a couple nasty cut fastballs down and in to a true four-seam fastball at 95.
The ball going off of Martinez. See that glove side, that's where he fractured that left thumb. Got a little dart in there. Another 3-2. This one up the middle, but Lowry did a nice job getting to it to his right. Pulls Euclid a little bit up the line, but Euclid keeps the foot there, and the inning comes to an end. 7 complete. Buchholz Knights have come to an end with Boston leading it. The 8th inning here. Fernando Rodney's taken over on the mound for Kevin Jepson. A couple little changes too defensively for the Angels. While the pinch running and pinch hitting going on, if you take a look at the numbers overall for Fernando Rodney. Rodney will be throwing to a new catcher. Mike Napoli moves from first down the line to behind the plate. Howie Kendrick, who came in as a pinch hitter for Jeff Mathis, remains in the game at first base, and the pinch runner for Juan Rivera, Reggie Willis, remains in the game. He is in left field.
And it's up to that bullpen again to throw up another 0. Fernando Rodney in the game now. He's had that good fastball of late. 96 to 98 when he stays within his mechanics. A very good pitch.
Good off-speed pitch to start J.D. Drew off with. Changeup. Red Sox setting up Drew, Youkilis, and Ortiz here in the 8th inning. So they've gotten a couple of good innings thus far, 2+ in the bullpen. Drew takes a strike. Rodriguez came on, pitched an inning of 3rd after Heron was removed from the game with that forearm contusion. Kevin Jepson won scoreless. He pitched the 7th, including the strikeout. This a little looper into shallow left. Ibar got a good jump on it, makes the catch, and goes out number 1.
Boy, good read by Eric Ibar off the end of the bat. J.D. Drew was fooled on that pitch. The first initial step allowed him to make that play. Outer half. Boy, how quick he was going back. Made it look so routine.
There's Kevin Youkilis. He'll take a strike on the inside corner. Youkilis 2 for 3. He's the guy that knocked Heron out of the game with that line drive. In the hole with no balls and 2 strikes.
A great arm action on that changeup.
Count remains at 0-2. Clay Buchholz, after 114 pitches, more than likely done after his 7 innings tonight. Just missed outside. There's Buchholz trying to pick up his 11th win. He came into this one with a 10-5 mark. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We get back to that 2nd inning, which Buchholz was wavering a little bit. A walk, a base hit, batter, bases loaded, no outs. Good pitchers, you got to get them when you can.
That one fouled at the plate. And that got a piece of Napoli. May have got him right in the knee. Jeff was pinch hit for the 7th inning. Went 0 for 2 tonight. Only other game ongoing right now in Major League Baseball is in San Francisco. The Marlins leading the Giants 3-0. Nicholas fouls out with back. Count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A pretty good swing at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Another 2-2. This one out toward right. Abreu's coming on. He's not going to get this one. Rodney jammed Youkilis pretty good. He picks up his 3rd hit of the game. Comes with 1 out here in the 8th inning. So take a look at our One West Bank, one person, one play, brought to you by One West Bank. One person at a time. Back in the 3rd inning against Dan Heron in a 1-1 tie. Big Poppy untied.
Breaking pitch, inner half of the plate. Could have been a cut fastball. He's able to get the bat head out. Pitch down and in. Still very quick on that pitch. He also hit a pretty good shot to left field in this game. So you've got a strikeout, a home run, and a long deep fly to the left.
Ortiz now with 9 straight 20 or more home runs in the season. 8th as a member of the Red Sox. There goes Zupalis, and that pitch is up high to third out from Napper down at time. Napoli did everything he could because that was a huge jump by Zupalis.
Exactly right. That's a situation, if you're a pitcher, you got to pay attention to him. I mean, a high leg kick for Fernando Rodney, plus the fact that he was able to get 3 or 4 steps before the baseball was even delivered. You got to be focused. 4 stolen base on the season. It's a big run in this situation, too.
No doubt. And more importantly, it takes you out of that double play situation, especially with Ortiz at the plate. But Rodney's fallen behind at 3 balls and no strikes.
And you got to be careful here, 3-0. You have an open base anyhow. Don't throw that fastball right down the middle of the plate. You know Ortiz is going to get the green light here from Terry Francona.
He does get the green light, hooks this one into the corner, and that is foul. Off speed pitch. Just out in front of him.
Boy, pitch right down the middle. Not a whole lot of break to it. Just the speed alone got him out just as far enough in front that he pulled it foul.
3-1. Luke foul this one into the third base seats. Full count now. Well, the thought process being, too, when you get a guy like David Ortiz starting to get up there in age, batting average starting to dip down. Power number's still there, 20 home runs now. But a guy like Fernando Rodney who can rush it up there between 95 and 98 miles an hour, that you're better off doing that than relying on that changeup. 3-2 into the fastball, especially when you see the foul balls here. A little bit late on the fastball.
So he's going to have to try to guess and gear up for the fastball. The off-speed pitch, he still has an opportunity to be able to get the bat head through. You also hear that terminology of that slider bat speed, and that's what David Ortiz has at this particular point. He can gear up to the fastball when he guesses along the right time, but a good fastball has a chance to get him up elevated.
That one's high and deep to right center field, down and in and out. Second home run of the night for David Ortiz makes it 4-1 Boston.
Then he's guessing fastball, and that spot he's able to gear the bat head through, but it was down. If it's up, it's by him. That one was only at 92 mile an hour. Didn't let that one go. Not that 4-seam, went over the 2-seam fastball. And those 2 runs are huge when you consider the bullpen that the Red Sox have. Even though it has struggled at times this season, a lot of good arms down there.
As Adrian Beltre takes a fastball in tight.
Boy, in the inner half, mislocation. You saw Napa set up on the outside part of the plate.
Rodney hits Beltre with a 97 mile an hour fastball. Beltre just standing there. And apparently Wally Bell is going to issue warnings to both sides. Beltre just now heading up the first base line. Terry Francona is chapped. He is yelling out at Wally Bell because he issued warnings to both sides.
He was kind of quick to do that.
Yep. The thought process being that it doesn't give the opposition an opportunity to quote-unquote retaliate, assuming that occurs in baseball.
Every once in a while it does get away inside.
Allegedly. but it's a good way to get your hitters now in a little bit of trouble. Maybe not tonight, but over the next couple of days. The reality of it is Adrian Beltre had nothing to do with the home run that Fernando Rodney just gave up. That's why I was never a big fan of that.
You know what? For me, if you make a mistake and a hitter hits the ball into the ballpark, and what does that next batter have to do with the fact that you're throwing in at him? If these guys are getting good swings against you, yes, you have to pitch inside. But the mistake is made by you as a pitcher.
Martinez takes up high, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. That one just missed low, and it's 2-1. Going through the 4-game series back at Fenway Park. Well, there was a situation between Beltre and Rodney. Martinez lines with the short. Ibar drops it. Now they're going to call him out. I never understood why they call that automatic. If he drops the ball, he drops the ball, whether he did it on purpose or otherwise. But right on top of it was Todd Titchener. He made the call immediately.
We're seeing Eric Ibar try that a number of times, especially if you see a base runner not running down the line. I mean, yes, he probably was thinking the lines of trying to do that, but you can't take that chance in that situation. The ball gets away from him. Right away, the call was made.
What is that, deceiving the base runner?
What that would be called?
That way, is that a non-call? So 2 outs.
It's a relatively new call, though. We used to do that a lot back in the day. You know, 60s and 70s. Just let it go down. If you're not running down the line, it's a great play. Forces the base runner to be aggressive and run through the bag.
Lowry chasing the off-speed pitch. It's 0-2. Red Sox second baseman 1 for 3, had a double in the second. Fernando Rodney giving up a 2-run home run to David Ortiz, making 4-1 Boston here in the 8th. And making it a much more difficult hill to climb for the Angels, who offensively tonight have struggled to get anything going. 5 hits against Clay Buchholz, one of which left the building. That was Bobby Abreu's home run in the first inning, but Buchholz really limited the Angels, and now they're going to turn things over to the Red Sox bullpen. 1-2. On the ground, sharply hit to second. As Stewart flips over to Ibar, and there's the 3rd out of the inning. But the damage done. Ortiz, 2-homer game. Into the bottom of the 8th. Angels down 4-1. Go back to the job that Dan Herron was doing. That was up until right there. Throughout the 5th inning, got drilled by Kevin Buchler. Departed the game with a forearm contusion. David Ortiz, a multi-homer game. His second, and we stand in the 8th inning right there on Fernando Robbie. And extending the Boston lead to 4-1. It currently stands right now as we start the bottom of the 8th inning. The Halos will have Esteuris, Abreu, and Hunter here against new pitcher. On the hill, Scott Atchison takes over for Clay Buchholz.
Atchison 2-1 mark in ERA for 3.79. Fastball 87.91 with good sink action, slider and a changeup.
Misses outside with the first pitch. It's 1 ball, no strikes on Meister Esteuris, who's 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 3rd. Struck out looking his last time up. Atchison last pitched on Friday, went an inning and a 3rd there. This one into left field, a base hit just beyond the outreach glove of Adrian Beltre. The leadoff man is on board. Hey folks, on Tuesday, August the 10th, all fans in attendance will receive a free plaid hat courtesy of Autotrader.com. Come out to the Big A and see your Halos face off against the Kansas City Royals. Pick up that free hat. Get your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com. So Bobby Abreu's up now. 1 for 3, a home run, fielder's choice, and a line out. Buchholz, by the way, tonight went 7 innings, allowed 5 hits, including the home run to Abreu. 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 run it was earned. That'll leave it a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. A couple of right-handers loosening for Boston. Ramon Ramirez on the right, Papelbon on the left.
Pretty early up for Papelbon here in the 8th inning.
1-1 pitch outside, 2 balls and a strike. Scott Atchison out of Texas native last couple of years, matter of fact, pitched in Japan. Hanshin Tigers signed his past offseason. Spent time with the big leagues before with the Seattle Mariners. Bobby fouls one off the left. It's 2-2. .34 years of age, veteran right-hander, facing the veteran right fielder, Bobby Abreu. Meister leading off at first. Bobby bounces this one toward the second baseman Lowry. Will tag out Esteuris for the only out as Abreu reaches on the fielder's choice.
Boy, kind of a break for the Angels. That's a routine double play ball. Going to ask for a better ground ball right there to be able to get a double play.
Lowry, little bobble there, but it would have been a glove to hand. This one skied out to righties and play for J.D. Drew. Drops.
Well, the offense continuing to struggle. And that big 2-run home run by David Ortiz made it that much more difficult to come back now. You got base hit, leadoff hit by Esteuris. You have options. At that point, you're only down by 1 run. The approach still has to be as a hitter right now. Don't try to carry the team yourself. Just have a good swing, consistent contact, square it up, and assume there's going to be other guys following behind you getting the same type of approach, and then you can put together a big rally in an inning.
Well, Matsui steps up to 2 outs. Abreu at first, and he'll take a fastball for a strike. Hideki 1 for 2. Walk and a base hit. The Angels have a couple of guys loosening in their bullpen. Brian Fuentes, one of them. Mike Kahn, who got called up prior to the game, is the other guy. Trevor Bell being optioned down. Will more than likely be making his debut. At the top of the 9th inning. The dirt. Abreu stays at first, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matsui just kind of protecting there and trying to keep the at-bat alive, does so. Turning point in this game, bottom of the 2nd. Bases loaded, nobody out. Full count now with Abreu taking off for the next pitch with 2 outs.
I think it comes to that approach where you're trying to do too much at the plate. Simplify your swing. You have a pitcher in a situation where he walks a guy, gives up a base hit, hits a batter. You have exactly where you want, and all of a sudden you swing at pitches where you're generally not going to swing, and you get yourself out, and then all of a sudden the confidence builds for a pitcher like a Buchholz, who's very good.
This one high and deep to right center field. Is back off the top of the wall. That's gone. 2-run big fly for Hideki Matsui. It is a 1-run deficit. 4-3 Boston.
Boy, simplify that swing, and that's exactly what Hideki Matsui did in that approach. Atkinson let that pitch out over the plate. Compact swing. All of a sudden, we got ourselves a ball game. Terry Francona's going to go out and argue. We may have a chance to see a replay on this home run. Umpires get together, possibly. Boy, inner half. Very quick swing. That's a home run right off the fan.
Off the fan. It looked originally that perhaps he may have been reaching over, but now it looked like they got him. Francona's talking with James Hoy, the first base umpire.
And you don't have to go in and check the replay. It's not required. It's up to the umpire and the crew chief to determine if they should go in and look.
So the umpires will get together, talk things over. Boy, how crucial now is the pitch to David Ortiz. 2-run home run that he hit in the top of the inning.
Looks like they're going to go in and check it out. Well, from our angle, even the replay showed that ball was a home run.
I don't have a problem with this. That's what it's there for. You know what? Go double check. That's fine. Make sure you get the right call. I mean, the system is in place. Terry came out, figured he didn't come out convincingly. He came out saying, hey, let's Let's try to check it out.
It looked
Apparently
like
the umpires feel that way.
Euclid motioned him out.
Yeah. And he was, from that angle, it looks like the ball is in the seats and it goes off the fan and back onto the field.
I remember being out there before. It's pretty far away from actually where your seat is until where the outfield and the scoreboard is right there. It's pretty far away.
Yeah, and the act that after he dropped the ball on the field, when he came back over the railing, it gives the appearance that he perhaps is reaching over, but
it's not easy to reach over from that spot anyhow. It's pretty far away.
No, not at all. Used at the discretion of an umpire, or the umpiring crew chief, I should say, to see if it's an actual home run. That's what we're waiting for. Laz Diaz is the man that's hanging out on the field, talking things over with Lowry and Kevin Euclid. If it stands, and it should stand, a 2-run home run for Matsui. It'll be his 4th home run over the last 6 games. His 14th of the year, now with 55 RBIs. And the call is home run as Wally Bell gives the universal sign for big fly.
Matsui getting high. Good sign. And Francona's going to make a move anyhow.
Yep. That'll do it for Scott Atchison. You have Ramirez and Papelbon loosening in the bullpen. It looks like Jonathan Papelbon is coming on with 2 outs here in the 8th, with Boston leading at 4-3. .07 ERA.
Boy, that great fastball, although not as consistent with velocity on it so far this season. 91 to 96 slider and a split finger fastball. Has been using his secondary pitches a lot more this season than he has in the past because the velocity's not exactly where he wants. He had a tough game the other day up there in Seattle. So there's a carryover for that.
Well, he's facing Alberto Callaspo here with 2 away. The base is cleared. The time is gone. I think Wally Bell is just going out there to remind Papelbon that warnings have been issued to both sides. I think that's a nice reminder because sometimes things go on in the bullpen that you not necessarily focused on.
Yeah, you don't even think about it, especially with a game like this on the line. Most times the umpires will use the proper discretion as far as if you throw inside in this situation, you know he's not trying to hit for the tying run on base.
Callaspo swinging at the first pitch changeup. That goes back to our conversation we had last time. 0-1 pitch. Takes upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Back to the off-speed pitch, 1-2. Casper completely fooled on that pitch. Papelbon has held opponents to a 201 batting average. Right-handers 119, lefties 268. Picked up his 22nd save Friday. Foul back.
That's almost like you showed him that fastball to change eye level to try to get him to swing and miss. That split finger fastball once again.
Red Sox career owner of the record for saves, 173. Second in the major since 06 behind Francisco Rodriguez, who has 205. But he has given up a career high 6 home runs this year. 1-2. On the ground to second. Now he's got it. But the Angels creep a little bit closer to the Boston Red Sox, courtesy of Hideki Matsui's 14th home run of the year. 8 in the books. Red Sox lead at 4-3. Four-three Boston. Hideki Matsui with his 14th home run, chasing Chris Asherson, but still trailing at 4-3. New pitcher on for the Angels. Michael Kahn making his major league debut. 13th round pick in 2008. He's thrown the ball exceptionally well down in the minor leagues this year.
Yeah, he's got a 3-2 mark there in AAA. ERA under 2 at 1.95, 27 and 2/3 innings pitched on 6 earned runs allowed. Turned some heads in spring training, threw the ball very well in a number of games for Mike Scioscia there in spring training in Tempe.
Kahn started the year at AA Arkansas, was 2-2 there with 3 saves and a 2.45 ERA. It was 3-2 with 8 saves and a sub-2 ERA at AAA. 26 appearances there at Salt Lake. Facing Mike Cameron here in the 9th. Cameron, Patterson, Scutaro, the scheduled 3 batters. South Carolina native delivers strike 1, his first ever pitch in the big leagues. Michael, the owner of the 2010 Fred Haney Memorial Award. Angels top rookie in spring training as that pitch is cut on and missed. It's 0-2.
Fastball first pitch 91. This one 83-mile-an-hour breaking pitch.
Trying to get him to chase that slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 24 years of age is Kahn of the College of Charleston. Fastball high, 93.
What a key situation to be able to keep it a 1-run deficit in the 9th inning again.
And he's taking the count full to 3-2. Payoff pitch, and he lost it. Leadoff walk. Puts a man on here for Eric Patterson.
Number 3, left fielder Eric Patterson.
In this situation now where Patterson may be asked to bunt. Get some insurance funds for the Red Sox.
First walk in the game by an Angels pitcher. Just a second walk overall. Buchholz had one back into 2nd inning. Patterson showing bunt, pops it up behind the plate. This will land in seats for strike 1. Callaspo way in on the grass at third base. Howie trying to hold Cameron close. Look him charging in, assuming Patterson shows bunt again.
Well, this is an opportunity. If it's bunted hard to Callaspo, he's going to have to try to get Cameron at second base. He might have that opportunity. As a pitcher, you got to be very active as soon as the ball is released out of your hand. Try to get that force out.
Pitch out, nothing happening. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Patterson lays off of that. It's 2 balls and a strike.
And the mindset of a pitcher right now is they're giving you an out. Throw a strike, take the out. You might get an opportunity to get the force out at second.
Cameron's got a pretty short lead over at first, so you get an opportunity. Patterson puts it down sharply to somebody. You could turn at least, let's say turn 2 because Patterson can run, but at least try to get the lead runner at second base. Patterson pops it up. Howie makes the catch, 1 out. Almost looked like Patterson was trying to drag bunt.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't. That's back-to-back bunt attempts by Patterson. He was trying to almost bunt for a base hit. He looked like he tried to jab it over the first one over Callaspo's head. This one trying to bring with him. especially because you had Meiser playing back at second base. Your job as a hitter there is to square around and advance the base runner.
Leadoff man Marco Scudero up. He's 0 for 4. Last time up at a fly ball in the right field as Scudero fouls off the first pitch. Cameron still hanging out at first base with one out here. Michael Conant, his major league debut, trying to keep it a 4-3 deficit for the Angels. Give them an opportunity in the bottom of the ninth inning. They've got Napoli, Willits, Kendrick to schedule 3. Oswald made the last shot in the 8th. Something's going on with Mike Cameron.
Cameron's been hurt a number of times this season.
Count is even at 1-1 on Marco Scudero. He tries to bunt his way on. This one fouled back over the screen, so it's 1-2.
It's a curious situation there, too, for Scudero, trying to drag a bunt. Already got one out in that situation.
Yep. Kayasma playing back now with 2 strikes. For the left field corner, Reggie Willits, a long run. It is hooking at his foul. Reggie bangs into the wall down there.
Well, he went sliding pretty hard into that wall.
Scudero out in front of that breaking pitch, hooking it.
Well, there's going to be no give in that wall right there for Reggie Willits. Good effort, but a dangerous play.
So the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Throw over there. Cameron is back. Con last year split time between Cedar Rapids and Cucamonga. Was 4-1 with a 2.19 ERA before pitching in 22 games for the Quakes. Was 2-0 at a .94. Ernie. And carrying it over this year. Scudero gets jammed, pops it up on the first base side. This one landed the seats.
Con certainly has a deceptive delivery also. Short arms it. A pretty good fastball, nasty slider.
Another foul ball back. So Con has given Scudero a couple of fastballs, some sliders to think about. Long night here at the Big A. This one line to left field. That's a base hit. Willis over to cut it off. Does so. Cameron advances to second. Scudero wins the battle there. Time over the fastball. So 2 on and 1 out here for J.D. Drew coming up.
Well, what you can notice too for Michael Kahn, if you're a hitter, because he's kind of slinging it from that angle, you can see the ball pretty well out of his hand though on that fastball. When he's going away, he's got to establish the fastball on the inner half too to be able to get the hitters out away.
So Mike Butcher's going to go out, pay a visit. As you pointed out too, crucial situation, bringing a young man into a 1-run game. He was going to come in had Matsui not hit the home run. The Angels were down 4-1, but you're not going to call on Brian Fuentes in that situation. Maybe he will now. Running into a little bit of trouble. Phone call being made down to the bullpen. It's Rich Thompson getting up, play catch. Fuentes did pitch 1 inning yesterday, but it wasn't stressful. 2 strikeouts, a hit allowed. Ryan was playing catch earlier. So J.D. Drew's up. He's 0 for 4. A couple of strikeouts, a ground down the pop-up. Take a first pitch strike.
Well, J.D. Drew doesn't hit into many double plays. He's only hit into 3. He's certainly a guy with the approach on the outer half of the place to shoot the ball into left field.
Way outside. Now they'll leave an account of 1-1. Say this for Kahn, he doesn't mess around a whole lot. Gets the baseball and just goes right after it. He's falling behind on Drew at 2 balls and a strike. Mike Cameron's at second. Marco Scudero at first with 1 out here at the top of the ninth. 4-3 Boston. There's a strike on the corner, 2-2.
Boy, big pitch right here. Professional hitter J.D. Drew.
And it's a full count. And it doesn't get any easier with the guy on deck, Kevin Youkilis.
You might think 3-2, 1 out, maybe send the base runners, but that's not a situation where Francona would try to take that attempt.
This one's skied on the third base shot. It'll land in the seats.
Oh, no.
Kahn's thrown 24 pitches here in the 9th inning. Napoli's going to go out, talk things over with him. Another payoff pitch, and Drew fouls this one back. Kahn did pitch yesterday against Colorado Springs, went 1 inning, walking 2. Drops it. That will allow 2 runs to come in. And Boston is up 6-3. And that's going to be it for Kahn with Mike Scioscia coming out. Rich Thompson will be called on. Drew with a 2 RBI double. Still 1 out here in the 9th. Pitching change. Boston's back up by 3. I want to remind you can visit the official online shop of the Angels at angelsbaseball.com. Browse a large selection of official Angels gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, angelsbaseball.com. Rich Thompson takes over on the mound for Michael Kahn. And he'll come on with one out and a man in scoring position to face Kevin Youkilis.
It's a good curveball, slider, fastball, 92, 94 range.
First pitch in the dirt. And J.D. Drew will advance on the wild pitch. That'll force the infield in, and a 1-ball, no-strike count on Youkilis. Now tomorrow night it'll be John Lackey going up against Jared Weaver. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Josh Beckett, Yoel Pinheiro slated to start on Wednesday. Here's Lackey and Beckett. 2 balls and no strikes. J.D. Drew over at third base. 2-0 to Uke. Making pitches in there. Youkilis a 3-hit night, 3 singles. A stolen base, a run scored. Now it's in the dirt and it gets by Napoli. Drew's trying to score the throw home. Drew is out. Well, it really looked like he slid under the tag, to be honest with you. The throw was in time, but Thompson looked like he got a little scared there. And pulled the glove up, but Wally Bell still brings him out. There's out number 2.
Yeah, the throw was definitely there in time. The tag looked like it was plied a little bit late. Nice job by Mike Napoli to bounce on that pitch in the dirt. Yeah, it looked like the foot got in. It's almost like he was ready for him to possibly run him over at the plate.
Drew got a late jump, so I'm not sure he saw the ball really ricochet off of Napoli.
You could think that wouldn't even be a play.
No.
Good hustle, though, by Napoli.
Yeah, the Angels will take it. Youkilis rolls this one foul. It's a full count.
So Napoli getting back there, sliding and throwing all in one motion.
Boy, anytime you get a reaction like that from a pitcher in that situation, you usually get the call of safe at home.
And when you stab at the tag,
Youkilis goes down looking for out number 3, but Boston gets 2 more here in the ninth. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Angels down 6-3. Cameron, who was tended to at first base, is out of the game as Darnell McDonald takes over for him in center. And Darnell making plans, apparently, for the next couple of weeks, looking at the pocket schedule and putting it away appropriately enough in his pocket.
Maybe it's a scouting report on where to cover the ground in case it hurts the ball to left field or right field. It's almost like the NFL.
There's a replay of it. Hey, you almost need that on the wristband.
Yeah,
like a quarterback. Mike Napoli to lead things off here in the ninth, followed by Reggie Willits and then Howie Kendrick. Napoli takes upstairs. Papelbon had to sit for a while.
What happened in the good old days when you relied on your bench coach to position you in the outfield?
Not anymore. Two balls and no strikes. September 9th of last year. Last save, more than an inning. This would be a 4-out save. Napoli takes a strike, 2-1.
Papelbon's only given up 2 earned runs in his career during the regular season against the Angels in 23 and 2/3 innings pitched.
Boston with 6 runs on 11 hits, having left 6 on base. Angels 3 runs, 7 hits, 6 left on base for themselves. That's in tight. 3-1.
Still think you can go back to that second inning when they left 3 guys on base with no outs.
That coupled with the home run allowed by Rodney and the 2 runs allowed by Michael Kahn. Not helping matters. David Ortiz, a multi-homer game. That's on the corner, full count.
Need to get a couple base runners on to that top of the order. So you can put some pressure on Papelbon.
There's a payoff pitch. Napoli hits it to right field. There's a base knock. So the leadoff man is on board for Reggie Willits.
Good approach right here for Mike Napoli. Fastball down, shortened up a swing. Hit it well in the right field. Simplified the swing.
There's Reggie, who came on as a pinch runner. That came back in the 7th inning for Juan Rivera. This will be his first plate appearance of the night. Beltre playing in on the grass at third base. Reggie thought about sliding that left hand up the bat as if to bunt, but then decided against it. No balls and a strike. There goes Napoli. Reggie fouls that one at the plate. Napoli will have to head back to first. And Reggie in the hole at 0-2.
Now, of course, Reggie's got to find a way to be able to put it in play.
J.D. Drew playing very deep in right field.
That's why I'm not a big believer in that no doubles defense. Because in this situation for Reggie Willits, he's just trying to put the ball in play. And he's not going to hit it over his head. He's just going to try to get it into the outfield for a base hit.
Napoli goes again, and that pitch is up and away. Defensive indifference for Napoli, puts himself in scoring position. stay out of a potential double play situation as well.
See, I think that should be a stolen base in that situation. It's a 3-run deficit. Still, it's a save situation. Granted, Papelbon came in last inning, but that should be awarded a stolen base there.
And a 1-2. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Red Sox, solo runs in the 2nd and 3rd. Multiple runs in the 8th and 9th. The Angels, a solo run the 1st inning. They had 2 runs on the Matsui home run in the 8th. 2-2's out toward left center field. McDonald got a good job. This one tailing back. McDonald and Patterson almost run into each other. But that ball was tailing back, and it was cutting back toward Patterson. I thought he was going to call him off for a moment. Good job, number 1.
Well, McDonald calling him off. That's a fly ball that's going to work its way to the left fielder off the end of the bat. Much easier play for Patterson than it would be for McDonald.
Here's Howie Kendrick. Napoli still at second base and 1 out here. Howie reaches on the fielder's choice as a pinch hitter in the 7th. Takes a fastball in. Now with the Rangers idle tonight, a loss would move the Angels back to 7.5 back in the American League West. Tied with Oakland. Oakland and Texas will battle the first of 3 tomorrow night. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike. We're taking the whole way. It's 1-1. Big crowd tonight, 40,000. 364 to watch this home opener. For the week, anyways. 6-game homestand. 3 against the Red Sox, 3 against Texas. One ball, 2 strikes.
Well, that was pretty filthy, that pitch. Split finger fastball. Oh, it dropped a ton. And you're seeing more and more, whether it be the slider or split finger fastball out of Papelbon, because the velocity hasn't been as consistent for him this season.
This one rolled over to Beltre. Ball comes up on him. And Howie's retired for round number 2. Napoli remains in second. And the Angels down to the last out. The top of the order, Eric Ibar stepping to the plate. Ibar's 0 for 4. 3 ground outs and a fly ball to left. Clay Buchholz would pick up the victory if the score holds. It would be his 11th. Dan Herron would lose in his debut, although he threw the ball well. Ibar takes up and away. Herron knocked out of the game on a line drive off the bat of Euclid. Forearm contusion at 4 2/3, striking out 8, allowing 6 hits, but departed. 2-1. Boston leading it.
There are a lot of positives out of Dan Herron tonight as far as his ability to throw strikes and get the big strikeout.
One of one. Papelbon, very deliberate, always has been out of the mound. Sets the pace and the tone. 1-1 pitch. 1-2 now. Here's the 1-2. Taken down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got to find a way to get on base. Bring up a tying run.
Meiser Sturris on deck.
Probably the most consistent hitter the Angels have had over the last 5-6 years as far as runners in scoring position.
A 2-2. Down goes Rybar. Down to win the ball game on the Red Sox. Take game 1 of this 3-game series by the final of 6-3.
I think you can point to that second inning when Clay Buchholz walked the leadoff hitter, base hit Mike Napoli, and they failed to score in that situation. Dan Herron, very good in his debut as far as the strikeout hits. 8 strikeouts, no walks. The big Poppy was the guy, the key. 2 home runs, and Kevin Youkilis himself with 3 hits, and the Red Sox respond by winning game 1.
Well, again, the final 6-3 Boston. They take the victory. Clay Buchholz's 11th win. Herron takes the loss. Stick around for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game with Bill McDonald, Jose Mota, and Michael Leaves as Angels Live starts in 60 seconds.